Viewers, welcome to the Personal Injury Law Show. My name's Tony Carbone. I'm a personal injury lawyer of over 25 years' experience. With me today, I've got John Karantzis, a partner in the law firm.
Hi, Tony. Hi, viewers.
And Don Maffei, also a partner in the law firm.
G'day, Tony. G'day, viewers.
Viewers, tonight we'll be talking about the vulnerability of migrant workers, the responsibilities of the employers, and what people should be looking out for. But before that, we've got quite a few stories we want to go through that's been in the news.
Well, Tony, what's been in the papers?
Look, there's been a lot of stories in the papers, John and Don.
Yeah.
The biggest one's been about doping in sport. John, what's your take on the story?
Tony, this is unbelievable. This is the biggest story in really AFL history, isn't it, Tony?
I think so.
It's tainted one club in particular. Tony, there's a lot of explanations we're waiting for.
Well, John, at the moment, all I've heard is a lot of allegations, innuendo, speculation. And Don, if anything is true in any of this, the implications to Essendon and the AFL are pretty big, aren't they?
You suspect so. And well, at the moment, we don't even know if it's illegal that was administered to the players. We don't know which players actually knew what was being administered to them or given to them by IV.
Well,
so there's a lot
Don,
unknown.
Peptides, if it's used by a sportsman on the AFL playing field, it's not allowed. It's illegal.
It's a sports enhancement. You would suspect.
But just on that, Don, you said if the players knew, there seems to be an escape clause. Asada and Wada have said that if the players weren't aware of what they were taking, that's one way out of them
Yes.
getting out of trouble.
That may be the case, Tony. But at the moment, the problem is we've got the league is starting very soon, and we don't know whether or not the Dons are a team that's got issues. Now,
Can I ask you this?
Now,
Don?
I'm not going to be happy when I go to the football on Saturday afternoon, and my team's playing against the Dons, and I'm not sure whether or not they're clean or not.
Well, John, can I say this? I'm a bit concerned that the Dons are the only team thrown up because let's be realistic. You know, Dean Robinson, who was the weapon out at Geelong, was there during the time that they won 3 premierships.
Yes.
I mean, does that raise issues about Geelong's integrity, Don?
Oh, it just brings every sport code in disrepute because even there's been associations throughout the rugby leagues and unions and all those things, all those sports. So, Tony, the ramifications of this could be huge throughout the whole sporting.
I think it's a bit harsh that they've picked on the Dons alone because the reality is that it seems to be widespread. But as I said, and Andrew Bolt the other day also said, at the moment there's a lot of hot air.
Well,
we don't have any specifics.
At the same time, the Dons themselves put up their hand, Tony, and they went to the AFL Commission and said, we've done this, this and this. We've had players being injected with substances which we now apparently don't know what was in them. It's just ludicrous.
John, there
totally
could be
ludicrous.
a bit more to it than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now it goes to the top in Essendon, doesn't it? And especially the coach. Well, you're the coach. What's going on here? Don't you know what's going on in your own club?
I think Essendon were trying to get on the front foot because one of the reporters was going to announce the story anyway.
Exactly.
So,
But it's all anecdotal evidence at the moment. No one has actually caught them, tested them for illegal drugs. It's all ex-players or officials now saying,
Well, the
the
problem is there's no blood samples lying around.
viewers, one of the things you should look at is Facebook and also Twitter. You can follow us on both of those just to get the story and the updates on what's been happening on this issue and any other stories that we may raise. But can I just say this? Assuming that footballers were banned for a couple of years,
Yes.
there's a bigger issue there too because the clubs could be sued for their salaries.
Exactly. Particularly, well, the legal side of things, a player can say, well, wait a minute, I've been injected with substances I didn't know about. Now I've been banned for 2 years. I'm going to sue the football club and maybe the person that actually injected, the medical practitioner that injected me with this substance for my loss of wages and loss of income. Correct, Tony?
That's exactly right. Look, I think it's a big beat-up story personally.
Really?
Yes.
No, I think
I think that it's a political stunt.
I'll sit on the fence.
Tony, I think the Dons have got a lot of questions to answer and they've been very silent. I don't like it.
I think they've been victimised.
I don't
And
like it. I
quite
mean,
frankly,
I've heard a lot of things called, about the Essendon Football Club, dopey dons, dodgy dons. Look, we want answers, and there's been no answers.
no, look, I think it's beat up the story. I really do.
Well,
and
look, at the moment they're all just allegations.
That's right.
Yeah, so at the start it's just allegations. So
Well-
I'm not going to agree with any of you. I'm just going to say allegations, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more coming.
look, we'll come back to this
Oh,
story
we'll come
another
back to
time.
it. This is going to be going on, and I won't let it go until I get the answers.
John, look, and Don, this is something we're going to have to come back to because obviously a lot more is going to unfold, possibly, because at the moment all I've seen is a lot of hot air.
A lot of hot air, and there are apparently investigations in place, but we want answers, don't we, Tony?
Well, that's exactly right. Look, let's keep moving. There's another interesting story. We've had a lot of fires this year. Okay, the weather's been very, very hot, but there's been a lot of fires that have been started by firebugs. My concern is that, okay, these firebugs, if they ever catch them, well, they're going to be liable to criminal prosecution. What about the damage to property and life and loss of life?
Exactly, and also, when these firebugs are being caught, they're being let off and charged on summons, Tony. They should be jailed straight away.
I agree with that.
They should be jailed straight away. But yeah, you've got the issue of, well, the fire is raging now. Homes are being destroyed. People's livestock has been destroyed. Now, that firebuck, he's personally responsible, isn't he, Tony?
That's exactly right. Don, that's what I'm trying to raise here. My thing is this, to the firebugs out there, when you do set fire to something, not only are you going to be criminally prosecuted, but what about the civil liabilities?
Well, that's right. You'll be opening yourself up to some civil litigation for the damage that you've caused. Property damage, livestock, and then how about any actions for life?
And Don, they don't have to be sued by the homeowner that's lost their house. A judge that hears the criminal prosecution is entitled to make an award or a judgment against them for the damage.
Well,
Isn't
it's
that
called a
correct?
sentencing act application. At the end of the criminal prosecution case, when the judge is considering sentencing, they can also consider any application for compensation.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I think they open up...
Tony, I guess there's also another issue where you've got, Vic Roads, the actual municipal council that has allowed all this growth to be growing, unwieldy, and then you've got a situation where that has become a fire hazard. Do you think the council could be liable, Tony?
Yeah, in certain instances, but I in this case where it's deliberate, setting fires to grassland and very close to homes, the firebugs got a lot to answer for.
And I think the council, John, will also look at their budget restraints. They can't be, particularly those councils that look after vast land, acreage of land. It's been very difficult to monitor each piece of land parcel. So,
Viewers, we have to go to a sponsors break, so please stay tuned. After a break, we're going to have an important guest to deal with the issues of migrant workers and the vulnerability in the workplace. So please stay tuned.